for Seattle. And here is Homer from the 1. And catches a seam out to about the 27. Remember, 12. We'll start the night with Chris Carson. And look at this effort for 9 yards from Chris Carson, who is coming off his worst game of the season. This time he's probing the right side, and he's able to get the first down. Out. Will Dissly, who was the starter, has been out since week 6. He's out for the season with an Achilles. Here's Russ, as he often does, scrambling and then sliding down. And here is Penny. As you hear the roar from the crowd as he's close to that line to make. See the jumbo tight end shifting is George Fant, who's also a backup tackle. As 3rd down and 1, and that run defense for Minnesota does their job against Carson. That a yard short of that line to gain. So Michael Dixon on to punt away. Mike Hughes back for the Vikings as he gets the fair catch at the 16-yard line, 37-yard punt. So to lose his first 7 Monday Night Football games. And he will start off with a pass, and he'll check down underneath to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, who has been just outstanding. So 2nd and a long 1. Play action as he just gets rid of it, and in doing so gets it to C.J. Ham. And the big fullback breaks free. Career-long catch for C.J. Ham. Player who came out of Augustana College. Short pitch to Cook, and with Ham blocking in front, it's a good effort from Dalvin Cook. Cousins with time, and he's able to get it complete to Tyler Conklin. Down and 1. Jet motion. Here's Diggs on 3rd and 1, and he goes between defenders and then turns it on inside the 10 to the outside, and it's going to be 1st and goal Minnesota. What very good looking opening drive for Minnesota, but how will they cap it? Dalvin Cook says that way. 2-yard touchdown Vikings.
Watch number 75. He's going to pull around, fullback leads. This is just a nice scheme. 75 pulls, Ham with a block, and that's a walk-in. Really good blocking by the offensive line.
This Vikings control their own fate as far as the NFC North is concerned. Well, this was Rashad Penny in as we saw Chris Carson walk off the field with an injury earlier. And here he is on the reception. Lisa, what can you tell us? Okay, so that's the situation. Thank you, Lisa, with Chris Carson. Rashad Penny, big boost of confidence with what he did against Philly last week as he pushes ahead for 2 yards there. There's a 1st down pass play with Wilson, and this time they get to him in the span of his career.
Well, he holds the ball. He tries to make a lot of plays.
You get the opportunities with a guy who scrambles as much and tries to extend time for his players. Here's the swing pass on 2nd and 11 to Penny, who ducks under the first would-be tackler in the game. 3rd down and 4. Showing pressure on the left side. And Smith backs off, and then what a throw just beyond midfield. This is David Moore. As Moore was nearly clotheslined that time. Now Penny the lone back, and he'll try to get work on the right side. Kept his balance and goes ahead for the 1st down. That was a good job by Rashad Penny.
Year didn't take the NFL that serious. Got in better shape, and now he looks like an NFL running back.
And at about 220 right now. And here he is again. And you see that quick burst as he goes ahead. We'll listen to Russell Wilson and say, okay, we're going to respond, and this is how they're doing it. 2nd and 1, and now Carson met after a yard. That's how they want to identify themselves. Wilson, play action, going to take a shot downfield, but it's far beyond DK Metcalf, the big target in town. 4-man rush. Wilson probing, tucking, running, and sliding at about the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, and on the slant, Metcalf, as he is able to carry Vikings with them down to the 1-yard line. 4-3-3. Here's Carson now. Tried to back his way in, but he was denied. Players were sick. Now in the midst of a 7.5-minute drive, 14th play coming. 2nd and goal. Carson is in. And that's the way you answer. Well-crafted drive for the Seahawks.
And Lockett comes across, he brings Hughes, and once Hughes goes across, there's no one there to make that tackle. Good job of using the motion by Lockett. That's as easy a touchdown as Carson will have during his entire career.
Players play free. It's a player-friendly environment. You get the consistent results. High energy here in Seattle. Dalvin Cook. As Cook with that leg drive goes ahead for 4 yards. But then you look at the NFC East standings and they're very much alive. Kirk Cousins, 2nd and 6. As he will throw this away. 3rd down and 6. To the outside as Cook turns the quarter and then scoots out with a 1st down. Formation behind C.J. Ham. And here he is on the short pitch. Great penetration by that front from Seattle.
Holding, offense, number 65, 10-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
The play caller for Minnesota. Cousins, as he's just going to hook it up at the 35-yard line with Stephon Diggs. I'm happy when we met with him yesterday. I think this is the way he wants things to be built. 2nd and 15 as Cousins tries to get out of this hole. In cutting route as Diggs was able to secure that ball as it can wreck any offense. 3rd down and 8 as he had to throw it over Clowney. He does so to B.C. Johnson, who is wrapped up. Veteran punter. David Moore, the return man for Seattle, as he will return it from just beyond the 10 and wiggles his way out near the 20-yard line. For Russell Wilson here. He had that great response with that touchdown drive moments ago, capped by Chris Carson. Play action off the jet motion and then tried to get it just inside with Hollister, but the 3rd down and 8. See if he can get a deal here and convert. Russell with time in the pocket. Hollister's going to be a yard short as he. And there's the big Aussie punter Dixon with the booming punt. Vision leads. Dalvin Cook just tripped up that time. The last month of the season plays out. 2nd and 4. The quick out to Diggs as he tries to stretch out.
That knee was down. I think he's short of that 1st down marker. And here comes the challenge. Got a left knee down, and it looks like that ball's about a yard short. But as he's reaching,
the ruling on the field that the line of gaze was reached by the receiver.
As he's reaching there, that left knee is down. So they'll take a look at it. We'll take a look when we get back.
Entering referee lockout. They did rule it a 3rd down and 1. So here's 3rd and 1 with Cousins, and they will get the 1st down. Here's the pitch now to Cook. And good pursuit down the line for Seattle. 2nd and 8 with Cook in the slot. And a quick turn from Irv Smith, and then he just gets blasted as Quandre Diggs comes up. See Pat Elflein turning around, trouble with the sound at the line. 3rd down and 2. Cousins spins free, lofts it downfield, incomplete. Kirk Cousins had hit on his last 7 prior to that 3rd down. Gonna let it bounce at the 22, and it takes a good Minnesota roll all the way inside the 10-yard line. Chris Carson set up just inside the end zone. He'll take the handoff and catches a good seam as Carson is out to the 21-yard line. Austin Britt tore his ACL. And this time Carson is chopped down right at the line of scrimmage. Remember, Carson left the field early on injured, came back in after he was checked out, batted at the line of scrimmage, batted back and picked off. Can you believe this? Pick 6, Anthony Harris pinball style.
You know, watch Watts. Watts gets up deflected, and then Wilson, he's trying to knock it down. So he's trying to do what most quarterbacks do when the ball's coming back at him, knock it down.
Big play to start it off with a pass deflected. And those are the kind of plays, those swing moments.
Yes.
And for Russell Wilson, his 2nd pick 6 this year. And that one, a complete oddity of the ball being batted back, then forward, and then Harris on the return. So right back out there after the defensive touchdown by the Vikings. And time to set up and drive the ball to DK Metcalf. There's Carson on 1st down as Carson gets it just beyond midfield. He goes ahead for 3. 2nd and 6 as he swings it over to Penny. And Penny dragging Harrison Smith with him with some swoops.
You know, you might think about play action here. You can go for it on 4th down. Here they go.
There it is. And with the play action, they get it complete to Jacob Hollister. Good call, Boog. Offense lately, the injury to Disley, now the injury to Luke Wilson. Russell Wilson scrambling on 1st down, and then it was Jaleel Johnson. You would think they would task Anthony Barr with that, if anybody. 2nd and 7. Here's Penny to the left side, and a 1st down and more for Rashad Penny. The 12-yard line for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Quick screen to Hollister, who is taken down right away. That was Trey Waynes, who read it well.
I feel they're going to call his number soon.
2nd and 9. Wilson able to escape to the outside. Looking for an option, and a little too high that time. Big DK Metcalf to the top of your screen. Russell Wilson dancing in the pocket and then guns it over the middle to Lockett, low and incomplete. So Myers on for the 29-yard attempt. As he puts it through. Not 2017, of course, they went 13 and 3. So 58 seconds and 3 timeouts for Cousins and the Vikings, as that is incomplete off the hands of Dalvin Cook. Delay handoff as Cook gets free with it and then spins his way ahead and gets an extra push for 9 yards. It'll be
Stefanski
using tempo quickly to the line on 3rd and short, and just falling forward right at that line to make. 26 seconds, 2 timeouts for Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. And incomplete as he threw it a little bit behind Diggs. 2nd down, they set up the screen. Cook with blockers in front, and there he goes as he's out to midfield. Ball came out at the end there. 16 yards, though, they're going to rule him down. Cousins gets it complete just inside the 40, and out of bounds is Kyle Rudolph. Amir Abdullah is the back flanking him. There it is to Diggs. There's the catch, and they do it. On with a 47-yard attempt. Perfectly managed, being batted around, and then all of a sudden it's going the other way. Let's check in with Lisa. 4 times this year they've come back in the 4th quarter to win. Play action. Cousins had time, and then will check down underneath to Cook. Second down and 7. Tripped up was Cook. You talk about the efficiency of Cousins coming down. They're able to get to him, and the ball is loose. And the Vikings able to fall on it.
Let's watch Jarran Reed. He's right there. You know, he's suspended the first 6 games of the season. But since he's come back, he's made a difference. He doesn't just get the sack. Watch him go for the ball. Watch him go right there at that arm, going for the ball. It's a nice play there by Reed.
Is challenging the ruling of the field and asserting that it was a forward pass, which would be incomplete.
I like it as a forward pass, incomplete.
After review of the play, the quarterback's hand was coming forward in possession of the ball. By rule, is an incomplete pass. It'll bring a 4th down from the previous spot. Please put 13 minutes, 28 seconds on the game clock. 13:28.
Nonetheless, a great effort from Reed, who is. Fair catch by David Moore in the Chris Carson. Anthony Harris with the tackle. And his 4th interception of the year. 2nd and 7. Again with Carson. And just a shoelace tackle by Barr. As George Fant. Play action off of it for Russ. That lets him set up and go downfield. But it was thrown too high that time as Harris was closing on it and throws tonight. Unable to connect on that deep one. Looked like there was some movement on the left side of the line, but nonetheless, he's able to get it out to Jacob Hollister. 3rd down and 1. Wilson to the near side, and that'll be a 1st down as DK Metcalf has the catch. Carson just trying to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Should be about a loss of 2, and a flag is down at the end of that.
To get out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 29. 15 yards from the end of the run. 1st down, Seattle.
They got a light box, should be able to run it here.
They do run it with Carson, and with that light box, look at the damage he does. 1st and goal, Seattle. And now 2 tights as well as George Fant in the game with Rashad Penny on 1st and goal. Penny straight ahead, lowers the shoulder, and he's going to be inside the 1. Tight formation as he shifts over and takes the short pitch and is able to get in.
Watch the pullers there. Ayupati 70, Brown 76. But the blocks by the wide receivers, Turner and Metcalf, made that play go. Turner and Metcalf.
And the first time in the last 16 games that Seattle scores a touchdown on the first possession of the 2nd half. 3 rushing touchdowns coming into tonight. That was an NFL low. Amir Abdullah on the return. Abdullah spins and just gets beyond the 20-yard line. This crowd right now is in command of things. Going to be a lot of sore throats in Seattle tomorrow. Ball is out, and Seattle has it. Bradley McDougald with the recovery.
Watch the right hand of number 98, Rasheem Green. He gets that right hand in there and knocks it out. That's a good play.
Ball on the Minnesota 26. And here's Carson. Thought about reversing his ground and then is tackled by Harrison Smith. Seattle after the fumble recovery. Play action. Russell Wilson as he goes to Carson. And Carson inside the 20. Down and 1 now. As Rashad Penny will have the 1st down for Seattle. Play action. Wilson goes underneath to his tight end Hollister. Wilson to the end zone and incomplete as he was looking for David Moore. 11. Wilson somehow escapes from Hunter and then was looking to the end zone, but it's incomplete as he couldn't find David Moore. This is to break the tie here in the third quarter. Dog team. Chris and Kirk will have that game on ABC Friday night. Here's Abdullah on the return. Field goal, so Alexander Madison, the rookie from Boise State, the running back in place of Dalvin Cook. Cousins with time and incomplete. BC Johnson. Cousins on 2nd and 10, looking to set up the screen to Madison. Blockers in front and a first down. And it's a good power runner, Alexander Madison. The lead
Madison downhill.
Madison doing a nice job with selling it and then timing it up with the blocks. This time finding nothing at all. That was Rasheem Green. A lot of finger pointing. Remember, the Vikings did a good job earlier.
Start. Offense, number 64, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Cresting towards 100 decibels here, just on 2nd and 15. Ball is batted and then falls to the ground. There was Ziggy Ansah getting his hand up. Shaquem Griffin is in the game, coming off the edge. And going underneath and coming up short that time. Here a catch at about. As Carson with good hard-earned yards right against the middle of that defense.
Is not playing, so they've added the extra offensive lineman, and they're starting to lean on Minnesota.
2nd and 3, and leaning well is Chris Carson this time. We just mentioned against a defense that had been decent, only giving up 94 yards per game. That was 6th in the NFL coming into this weekend.
Seattle calls its first timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So Seattle will use a timeout here. Who has been very quiet tonight, only targeted 2 times, no catches. And this is Brown here with the reception. Knows what Russell can deliver on. 2nd and 4. Carson trying to bounce it to the outside, but he is ridden down that time. 3rd down and 5. Wilson's going to go deep, wide open, and into the hands of David Moore.
29, Xavier Rhodes. He looks as if he's looking for help. He's looking back, looking at the quarterback, and allows Moore just to run right by him. It was a blown coverage because there's no way Rhodes would have let Moore just run right by him.
Remember, we told you the struggles of Xavier Rhodes. Russell Wilson. And now all of a sudden, Minnesota trailing by 10. Cousins is going to try to respond, but he overthrows Rudolph. Deafening crowd here at CenturyLink. Cousins on 2nd and 10. That ball is intercepted. That was Trey Flowers.
To be down because he's touched, but watch the play. The ball bounces in the air. What concentration by Flowers.
Rolling the field is a defensive interception. The runner was ruled down by conduct at the 25-yard line. It'll be first down.
So
Seattle.
He's down by week 6. And look at where Seattle starts from now at the 25. Penny turns the corner with a burst of speed. Penny again on first down, this time wrapped up by Hunter crashing down. Only
little things you got to communicate here in the North.
2nd and 8. Wilson looks right, comes back to set things up with Penny inside the 10 and into the end zone.
missed a simple little screen there, but watch the poor tackling by the Vikings. 1, 2, 3 missed tackles. You have 3 guys there to make the tackle. You got to make it.
They trailed 17-10 at 17 unanswered point third quarter. And then they open it up with the touchdown to start the fourth. Here's Russell. And now life without Dalvin Cook for the Vikings offense. It hasn't been as pretty, has it? And that ball again was intended for Diggs. And they set up the screen to go against that rush. And in doing so, they're able to work Madison out beyond the 40-yard line.
And they know Minnesota has to throw.
Cousins. So he goes downfield, and wide open is Laquan Treadwell for the touchdown.
That's watch number 30, McDougal. It's called minding somebody else's business and not taking care of yours. He's supposed to be back right there. He jumps that, and that's an easy touchdown. Sometimes you got to take care of your own business before you start worrying about other folks' business. And McDougal, class
like that, the Vikings get instant offense. A 58-yard touchdown catch for Laquan Treadwell. Just saw Minnesota go downfield 58 yards for the touchdown to Treadwell.
I know he gets the moniker, he can't play well in the big games, but he's done a lot of good things this year.
Here's a receiver screen as Metcalf gets it quickly. And steady tonight has a rushing touchdown and 58 yards as well as a receiving touchdown. Here he is bottled up after a gain of just 2. Week 10 at San Francisco. So off the timeout, here's your 3rd and 2. Wilson tried to ad-lib and came up short. They could use a deep booming one. Here's a fake. They fake it to Homer, and they've got the first down and more. Travis Homer, what a call. The payoff here in the 4th quarter. And now back to business, and they're going to pass off of the big fake. And as he was looking to take a shot to Lockett.
Player's hand.
It has been a wild week of special teams in the NFL. As Carson goes ahead. How about yesterday with what we saw with 3rd down and 6? They pick up the pressure, and then Russell Wilson gets it. And the ball came out there as Metcalf had the catch and then fumbled the ball, and the Vikings have it.
JP, did he complete the act of a catch there? Did he ever have complete control of that ball? I think that's the first thing we probably need to check out here.
Looks like clear possession, 2 or 3 feet down, and he turns up field. This will be an automatic review. Take a look at it.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. It brings up 4th down. Minnesota is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
So that makes it coaches' challenges.
So it was ruled a catch, a fumble, and it is Vikings ball. 9:34 remaining. Vikings get the ball back after the turnover. Cousins tries to get to work to the outside, but that is incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Cousins. Pressure on, floats it up, and it is caught. Kyle Rudolph is able to catch it.
It was a nice catchable ball, and good catch by Rudolph there.
Cousins is going to take a shot downfield, but unable to run through it that time. 2nd down. Cousins with the pocket collapsing on him, tried to get over to Madison. 3rd down and 10. They bring pressure. It gets picked up. Near side downfield. Looked like there was some contact, and there's the flag.
There's really nothing Flowers can do
Pass
right there.
interference, defense, number 21. Ball in place at the spot of the foul. 1st down, Minnesota.
9 minutes to play. Ball at the 25. Madison, well blocked, and a good run, and a 1st down as he's down. Goal. 1st and goal. Madison still on his feet, driving for more in the lone back. Straight ahead, and Clowney just surges in and meets him. 3rd and goal. Cousins with time to the end zone. Oh, what an effort that time. Kyle Rudolph
His catches may be down, but his impact is up. Third down, red zone. Kirk Cousins is going to look for Kyle Rudolph. And KJ Wright's got pretty good coverage. But when you have your back turned, Rudolph knows the ball is coming.
The 6'6" Kyle Rudolph. That extra point is no good.
And we got us another good one tonight, partner.
We sure do. Wilson's a pass on first down as he gets it to Hollister. And Hollister is wrestled down by Wayne.
Defense has got to step up and make a play. We know Russell is going to want the ball in his hands in crunch time.
2nd and 2, and Penny, who has played really well tonight, just stabbed that last one with one hand as well. Defense has to get a stop. See if they can give Cousins another chance here. 6 rushing yards tonight. Last week they had a season-high 174 to that point against Philly. 2nd and 6. Look at the time Russell has. Spins out, gathers himself again, and then loses his footing that time.
Russell throwing underneath, come up and make the tackle.
Bring 3, drop 8, and they're going to keep it simple with Metcalf, who fumbled before. And Metcalf makes the most of it, but of course it'll be 4th down. Dixon skies this and directional to the right. They cut it to 4 here. Cousins over the middle, and here they go again with Kyle Rudolph. They pick up the pressure. It's incomplete. 3 minutes even to play. Second down, Cousins sets up and goes under to Madison. 3rd and 3. Cousins with time. Ball looked like it was deflected at the line as he was trying to get it to Treadwell. It'll be 4th down. To stay alive. Cousins to the outside, incomplete. He was looking for Irv Smith. And they'll turn it over on downs. For a team sitting here looking for their 10th win. Think about that. Chris Carson goes for 6 yards. Vikings going to load things tight to the line here. As they go with Carson on 2nd and 4. And 1. Carson gets it as he breaks through and then gets a little more. Soda just with the 1 timeout remaining. And Penny will take it inside the 20.
Onto that ball.
That has been the issue this year. And he is wrapped up that time. As Carson on 3rd and 7. It's going to be chased down by Harrison Smith. As he splits it. And that is exactly where they leave it at 20.
Now they're not doing that.
Here's the squib kick as it is fielded by the up man. That is Ham. And they're fighting for the ball there. And Seattle believes that they have it. And they do. And the disappointment for Kirk Cousins as he's the first quarterback in Monday Night Football history to lose his first 8 Monday Night Football starts. And the beat goes on for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, who are now 10-2.